Back at it again. I didn't even take a little break between this one. I'm so excited to get these like rolling out. This is Francis's point of view. I woke up early on the day of Zoe's graduation, like way early. I didn't want to be there, so I needed to get to the vortex as fast as I could. Take a spit. I slipped out of bed, seeing Crystal sleeping peacefully. It's not fair. My dad took her side over mine. Yeah, don't hit ladies, but sometimes she has it coming. She shouldn't be so stupid. I pull on my leather vest and start my motorcycle, driving over the vortex and waving to Sandra when I walk in. She makes her way over to me, leaning down and kissing me when she finally reaches me. You've been coming here a lot, handsome. Do you want me to go somewhere else? I smirk, and she smiles, sitting in my lap. I think I like you coming here every day. Too bad I can't spend every moment with you. Right. She pats playfully before smiling again. It's okay, I'm always here, so you know where to find me. She stands back up in a smile. This is where my loyalty is. You are a loyal customer. Sandra smiles, leaning down and kissing me again. I smirk when she pulls away. But I am. Now get me a beer. Oh, dang. Treating your mistress like a servant, too? She smiles, walking away to fetch my drink. She was hot. I wish I could dump Crystal. She's so old and gross and I can't stand her. She's even starting to smell like an old person. Sandra, though, she's a sexy, curvy brunette with big brown eyes. She's hot, and she had the figure of what a woman should look like. Crystal, she's built like a door. Okay, Francis, we get it. We get it. You hate her. Sandra returns with my beer, smiling at me as she walks away to wait on someone else. Man, that woman is fine. I thought about inviting Duke and Damon, but they would want to get drunk and they wouldn't appreciate the view. Nick was probably gone by now, and besides, he didn't support my wishes. What a gentleman. I rubbed my eyes off the thought, staring at my pores. Maybe he was trying to be sleeping with Sandra, but sharing a bed with Crystal. Oh well, Crystal should stop her game. I drank for a little bit, and Sandra comes over to me. I was a little buzzed, nothing too terrible. Hey baby, wanna go back to my place? Don't you gotta clock back in? She shakes her head, her hair swaying. I'm done now. I smile, standing up. Do you have a car? She nods. I'll follow you. She smiles and leads me out the door. I could already feel the excitement. We're finally going to have normal sex. Not in public or in a car. She got in a car and I started my motorcycle. When she pulled out of the parking lot, I followed her. She pulled into an apartment complex and then she parked next to a little car. I parked my motorcycle close to her car, but I give people room in case they actually lived here. On our way towards her apartment, I saw a black man fumbling with his keys and trying to get into his apartment. The dog barked from inside and he finally managed to get in. I chuckled to myself. People are stupid. Leave him alone. Sandra opened her door and turned around, pulling me in for a kiss as we walked into her house. We ended up on the couch and doing the dirty. This was much better than Crystal. When we were both satisfied, we cuddled together and watched TV. She was good. I had an arm wrapped around her and she was snoring softly. I heard a knock at the door on her side, not wanting to wake her. I wondered who it was, so I gently got off the couch and walked over to the door, opening it to see her neighbor. Hey, do you happen to have an egg? Maybe two? I'm trying to make dinner and I don't have any eggs. I forgot to run to the store. I made a mental note, so I don't know how I forgot, but you know how it goes, especially after a long day of work. Give me a second. I closed the door and wake Sandra. Do you have eggs? That black guy next door wants some. She groans. His name's Lewis. He's a sweetheart. Poor guy can't find love. Ugh, let me see, I might. She goes into the kitchen, picking up her egg carton and walking over to the door. She opens it and Lewis's face brightens. Here, take as many as you need. Oh, thank you. I'll pay you back. I promise. Thank you. He took 2 eggs and went back home. I smiled. He did seem like a good guy. That night we went home late. Everyone had celebrated Zoe's graduation and I just told her good job. Apparently my brother Barney had been there, but oh well. He's not important to me anyways. I went upstairs getting ready for bed. I had scheduled a late date to start working at Hirsch because I wanted to be able to spend some more time with Sandra. But you never went to the interview. My boy, you didn't even get your interview. If you remember his last point of view, he didn't do the interview. Kinda makes me mad, but whatever. Maybe one day I'll grow some balls and tell Crystal I'm done and I could move in with Sandra, but she'd probably leave me if she told him. Like, so I guess it's best to keep her as my side piece. I think I posted this on my Snapchat story and was like, this guy, like, he cracks me up. What the heck? Crystal would never know, and I would never tell her. There's no need for her to know that I found someone much better than her. It's kind of sad to think that she let herself go after having kids. I mean, I've seen hot 40-something-year-olds everywhere. Why does she have to be so different? I noticed she lost a lot of weight, and I wondered if she was seeing someone behind my back. Not that anyone would even want to sleep with her. Hell, I'm her husband, and I don't want to sleep with her. I climbed into bed, closing my eyes and falling asleep quickly. It was a bit of a surprise, considering I usually need a couple beers to fall asleep. In the morning, Crystal kissed me. I felt sick, but I let her go. Oh, okay. Francis, time to wake up. You have to work. I groaned and stood up, rubbing my eyes. She had her hair brushed, and she actually looked kind of good today. I made breakfast for you. It's downstairs. I smiled, giving her a quick kiss before changing into the company uniform and going downstairs to eat and put on my boots. I waved goodbye to Crystal and climbed into the car. I don't want to go to work quite yet. I don't know what normal people do there. This is day one to be trained, I guess. I pointed to the parking lot, coming out of my car and walking into the large warehouse. Someone greets me with a smile, probably one of my new coworkers. Are you Francis? This scene gives me secondhand embarrassment. I shake my head. No, I'm Francis. I smirk, but the guy rolls his eyes, forcing another smile. Well, Francis, nice to meet you. He extends his hand for a shake, but I add cautiously. I don't want his germs. I think I'm good, but thank you. The guy sighs, peering down at a clipboard. Alright, well, I'm going to show you around. We're a shipping company, so you should be able to handle the job fairly well. Most of it is self-explanatory. He begins the tour and I follow, listening half-heartedly. When he concludes the explanations, he turns to me. Another smile plastered around his face. So any questions? Yeah, how long is a break? 30 minutes. Anything else? Can I take smoke breaks? The guy raises an eyebrow. Ha, he probably doesn't smoke. I haven't in a while, but I've been thinking about them lately. Especially since my dad moved in. He always had a cigarette in his mouth. I'm not quite sure. I'd venture to say no, but I'm not sure. If you're genuinely asking, you could ask upper management. I'm just a fellow crew member. I nod. Okay, where do you want me to start? We'd like for you to load the trucks in the back. You have a driver's license, correct? Yep. Alright, there may be some days you're asked to drive the vans. Just ask the manager what you're expected to do. One of them will be here supervising stickers and product packing. I nod, walking over to the boxes that needed to be put on the truck. I pick the first box up. It's light, so I throw it into the back of the truck. Hey, a girl yells, bringing something else over. Don't throw things. The product inside could be fragile. She's pretty, with black hair pulled into a ponytail and bright green eyes. I smile sweetly at her. Not as fragile as you, sweetheart. But she was most definitely not fragile. She had strong arms. Excuse me? You heard me. She rolls her eyes, climbing into the truck and setting her box down. I wonder if her box was fragile. Do you have to do that with all these things? I asked, hoping I didn't. Yeah, most of them, especially when the truck isn't full. Walk to the back, set it down, and pack it neatly. That way we can put more in. Also put the heavier things back here. That way things aren't being broken. She tosses the box I threw back at me and I catch it. She smirks, walking back over and kneeling down, looking in my eyes. What's your name? Francis. I'm Ellie. She extends her hand and I shake it. You've got a firm grip. She notes, pulling her hand away and sliding out of the truck, picking up another box and shoving it in the back. Thanks. I wink at her and she blushes, turning away and I attempt to hide it. So how long have you been here? A couple years. I bounced around a lot after high school. I just want to be able to settle down somewhere. I nod. Understandable. What made you join here? It's a shitty place and doesn't pay much. I smile. Just wanted to see if things as sweet as you were being shipped. That's kind of cringe. I definitely would not be, flattered. She snorts. Please, you wouldn't have met me and you had you not started working here. She continues loading the truck. I can't help but admire how quickly she works, and she's efficient. She puts the last box into place, having and tucking a strand of hair behind her ear. All done. With this truck, she closes the door and then turns to me with a smile. Come with me. Gladly. I followed her over to another loading dock where people were putting things into the warehouse. More things that would need to be shipped. We worked together to bring things in, and finally 10 o'clock rolls around. She turns to me smiling. Well, my shift's over. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll smirk if you want to. Oh, what's that supposed to mean? I stepped closer, tucking a strand of hair behind her ear. She was pretty, and that was a good thing. She didn't have a sexy body like Sandra, but her muscles were kind of hot. Oh my god. Francis collecting girls like Pokemon. I don't own Pokemon, it was a joke. I was thinking we could go out to dinner. I murmured in a low voice, hoping she felt the same way I was. Oh, sure, why not? What did you have in mind? Whatever you want, baby. She smiles awkwardly, leading me to her car. Burger King sounds as good as any restaurant. I like your style. I wink at her before heading over to my car, honking for her to leave me there. We eat, talking about how life's been for her. She's 28, a nice hot young one. I kissed her before she came in her car, and she kissed me back. I've had a wonderful time. Want to go back to my place? Hell yeah. Sure. I smirked and kissed her before allowing her to get into her car. I followed her to her house. She said she lived with her parents, but they were on vacation somewhere, so she'd be alone. She led me to the bedroom, unlocking the door behind her, and undressing. Soon we were making out. It was nice having people better than Crystal. I'd never cared for sex with her. She was just a way to carry on the Overbeck legacy. Now I could have all the fun I wanted with whoever I wanted. Ellie didn't want to see me go, and I kissed her until she was breathless before leaving for the night. I had to go to see Sandra, maybe give her some action, and go home to Crystal. Damn, I'm doing good. That was the end of Francis's chapter. I'm kind of glad it's a little bit short because I really don't want these to be 40-minute videos. That's terrifying. I hate Francis so much. Thank you for watching though. Next chapter is Lewis's. I hope to see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.